not actually a big deal or unusual for a combat aircraft to be stranded. It happens every day. It's a complicated business, and these aircraft have a variety of problems on a day-to-day basis. But it is actually stupefying and amazing that it was NDTV that has actually broken the story about this F-35 being stranded here to the British media. You had Guy Grattan on our show last night on the record, and he's a very well-known, well-regarded aviation analyst, say that he hadn't even heard about the Royal Navy F-35 being stranded in India for about a week before NDTV had actually called him about the show last night. And the story has been almost completely blanked out in the British media. And his theory is that the British MOD has very likely requested journalists off the record to not talk too much about it, not make any noise about it, not throw any light about it or write about it or do shows on it, because it is frankly quite embarrassing. Now, the reason why this is unusual is because the F-35 is not only the most advanced piece of weaponry in the British military, but also the fact that the F-35 is one of the most advanced aircraft flying in the world today. It is part of the most expensive fighter program in history. It is an aircraft that garners eyeballs and headlines no matter what it does by the sheer virtue of its size and scale. And therefore, anybody dismissing an F-35 being stranded for 7 days clearly doesn't understand the full import of what's really happening. So it is extremely unusual to see the British media completely blanking this out. I am frankly flabbergasted that the British MOD is suggested by Guy Grattan to have maybe requested journalists not to talk about it because it is embarrassing. Now, I don't want to jeer at anyone here because, embarrassment takes things to a different level. But, an aircraft like the F-35, which is also very polarizing, people have extreme views about it, even in America and the UK. There are those who think it is the Brahmastra of the air power world. It's one of the greatest pieces of equipment ever built. Others believe it's a white elephant that is beset with problems. Our coverage over the last week has led to a huge amount of chatter online as well, but strangely deafening silence in the British media. And I think that's what is quite interesting to see. We don't want to call out other media here on NDTV, but I think it's quite a big talking point in an aviation world where the smallest of things become huge talking points on forums, on social media, etc., that it is NDTV that has led the coverage. And the British media apparently has been told not to talk so much about it.